Well, I picked up this A.G.A. Campolin 12-inch Sicilian style stiletto. One of them blade play, man. I'll probably be buying knives on them from now on. Who the hell knows? Pretty big, man. I just want to put it next to this one here. This is a Frank Beltramo stiletto. It's a 9-inch tactical black. You know, it works nice. Boom. It's quick. And you know, the difference is the way this releases. Actually, I like the way this traditional style releases better because it's kind of like, you know, you can do this. Well, you do it like that. This thing is quite a bit bigger, man. When you say 12 inches, it's more massive, it's more thick. So this has got like a ring release, and so if you just click it, boing, and an A.G.A. Campolin, that's the company, Maniago, Italy, which is up actually near Austria. It's not too far from Austria. It's up North Italy where this is manufactured, not in Sicily. Now I'm not Sicilian. I'm mainly Italian, but you know, I got family that's Sicilian. A lot of them that are like I shouldn't say this. Well, I'll tell you this little story, man. This thing you got to pull the ring like that to release the mechanism, and it goes in. And it's got a détente. It doesn't go in all the way, and you're lock and loaded. And it's got your safety over here. That's your safety. So you flip it up. A little stiff still because, well, no, it did work fine. There it is. That's you know, brand new. It's a little stiff, right? It was brand new. So slide it down. Then you got your automatic action. Yeah, I got some family that's Sicilian. It's like, you know, one's a CP. Well, they're not directly related by blood. I'm Italian, but not that good, different kind of Italian. But yeah, one's a CPA. One's a used to be city councilman. One used to be fire chief. One used to be the chief of police, retired chief of police. One used to be a retired Supreme Court Supreme Court justice in Jersey. And one used to be in the mafia. And they're all like brothers and sisters and cousins and shit. So that kind of tells you how that shit works. I mean, real mafia. I'm not kidding. So anyway, because I know, you know, I know the thing when you say Sicilian, and whatever. Actually, a lot of people, I got in-laws go there that they like going for the beach in Sicily. It's real nice. It's really nice over there. Get the big volcano, Mount Vesuvius, or whatever the hell it is around there. That's not Vesuvius, is it? Something, Mount Etna. Anyway. But yeah, it works good. Good craftsmanship. Good craftsmanship. But you can see the size of that blade. I mean, you're saying it's 12 inch. I knew it. That's why I didn't want to get anything really, really, really big, like a 15 inch, 16 inch. I'm like, holy shit. This is a big knife. What I might get in the future is I don't know if I'm going to do that right away because they're pretty hard to get. They got the Italian craftsmen, I think it's them. They take the made in USA buck knives, the pocket knives, and they got one that's like a tube blade, and the sharp blade, like it's his blade and a saw. The saw comes out with the thumb, and the other one is, you know, a push button, but it's a buck. It's an actual buck knife that they redo, and they do good jobs on. They do a really good job on this shit. Italians got their crap together, man. Don't ever think they don't. A lot of them do, man. Good welding components and stuff. They're not a bunch of just artisans and stuff. And you know, artisans, Italians are in construction a lot. And when you got a knife like this, you can make your own log cabin out of this with this thing. This thing's big enough to really work with, man. I like this bad boy, but be careful. Well, in New Jersey, these are illegal. Well, I'm not in New Jersey. I'm in the South, where the free, you know, Confederate state, one of the Confederate state. But it's a shame, man. New Jersey is actually where a lot of Italians and Sicilians are, and they can't even own this damn thing. But I'm sure a few of them do. What they do, they buy a kit and they put it together themselves. Anyway, I don't want to mention it too much more on here because it's enough. I already told you enough, man. Probably told you some other stuff I never said before anyway. But anyway, this thing's, but you see the style. You see the end of it? It's got, you know, that circle. That's why they call it Sicilian. It's got that little circle thing on there. Sometimes they have the pick lock mechanism up here. You pull that out. This one's got the ring. I kind of like this ring because I guess I could hang it on my belt or something too. I thought it would be a little easier to use than a pick lock. To tell you the truth, I think that's still pretty easy to use. I tell you the truth, I think the one that's the easiest to use, the old bolster style right here. And I like this little thing because of the serrated edge, because of it's good wire. Sometimes you need that serrated edge for stuff. I always like that, having some of the pocket knife having some of the serrated edge on it. With this thing, I sharpened it up. It's a big bad boy. It's cool, man. And you know, these are easier to use than some of the sister levers. Some of the spring assisted ones are pretty slick, but generally speaking, this push button stuff is easier. It's just push the button, man. You're done, you know. So there we go. Looks like good craftsmanship. This is called the Stag handle, kind of like a standard thing, which is very nice. It's all polished, very well made. Very well made, man. It's not a piece of junk at all. That's for sure. Very happy I got this bad boy. But I'd recommend do what you want. That's a big knife. I think for, you know, a switchblade, you know, 12 inches overall, that's big enough. I don't know how. I even noticed that this opens up really good. You noticed that. But I noticed that the little, this is not even a little one, man. It's a 9-inch, you know, overall length. This opens up quicker. I think if you had like a 15 or 16-inch blade like this and you open it up, it would probably, it's not that it would be slow, it'd probably be like jump out of your hand, for crying out loud. This thing, I could tell it, you know, it's got some jump to it. But this thing's almost the same size as the M7 bayonet you got on your M16. It's not a bad knife. And it fits in your hand really good. And it's purty as all hell. It's more than a letter opener. You could probably chop some wood with this thing. Well, it's not designed for that, but it's got quite a bit more beef on there to look at. Back of the blade. It's thicker. It's thicker, right? It's definitely wider that way. They're both nice, man. They're nice looking, nice, and you know that's part of the deal. You got something nice looking, makes you more apt to, likely to use it. So very nice, and I like this bayonet grind on there. You know, whatever you call that. I sharpened it up. Nice shiny silver. Anyway, pretty damn cool looking blade, I can tell you that right now. So I don't know. Trouble is, I think there's probably quite a few states that probably you wouldn't want to carry it. You couldn't carry this even in Georgia because it's too long, unless you have I think a weapons permit or something, or carry weapon permit, because it's over 5 inches. It's a big ass thing. Let me see what the ruler is on this. I forgot. Okay, so you know it's about 1 foot long overall, maybe just a hair less. The blade, the actual knife, is 5.5 inches. So I think in Georgia you got a 5-inch carry limit unless you got a gun carry license or something. And the cutting edge on a blade is 4 3/4. So it's a pretty good size. You know, you look at this one, that's like a little under 4 inches. It's a little under 9 inches overall. cutting on this is about 3 1/4. So, you know, like they'll tell you something's a 9-inch stiletto. It could be 8 3/4 like this, or 9 1/4. It could be a little bit one way or the other, but I don't know. Kind of like this little guy too, man. It's pretty good, but if you want a pretty sizable knife, man, this thing is pretty good. I'm not sure if I'd even get the buck, because this thing is about as sturdy as a buck folder. It's a pretty big boy, man. It's like it's a nice blade. It's a nice blade. Just the only thing is, I wouldn't want to take it out and get it in the weather. That's the one thing I don't like about, you know, taking knives like this out in the elements. This one I wouldn't be too afraid of doing that though, because it's black coated stainless steel, and that's not, this isn't real wood. It's just some kind of plastic that looks like wood. So probably this thing's fairly impervious to the elements. With and I got some other stuff I could put on it that's better than WD-40. That'll, you know. But it's a nice knife. So, but if you're Italian, you live in New Jersey, you can't buy this. You got to go freaking join up. There's a knife organization out there. I'm probably going to join them and start petitioning the government about this garbage, because, you know, to me, an Italian or Sicilian not being able to own a switchblade, that's like destroying their heritage, man. That's destroying my heritage. That's probably more my heritage than anything. I got Confederate heritage, but probably got more. I definitely got more Italian. So, gotta have the knife, and you gotta have a Beretta. Anyway, hey, when the Pope invests in Beretta, you know it's probably a good investment, because he's got a lot of money, right?